With the 23rd choice in the 2005 NFL Draft, acquired from Seattle, the Oakland Raiders select Fabian Washington, cornerback from Nebraska.
Good pick for them.
Speed. No question, Boomer, you look at a guy who can flat out fly, can recover when he's beaten. I think when you look at Fabian Washington, here was a kid that when you looked at him early on, and you're talking about freshman year, was a starter and did a real good job. So you figure, okay, by the time he's a junior and senior, he's going to be spectacular. I thought he leveled off a bit. I didn't think he took that game from his freshman year to his junior year to the level you expect. And a kid who has the ability to recover, but ball skills. If you're in a position to make a play, sometimes the receiver gets the best of Fabian Washington. But 5'10 and a half, 188, and he ran at the combine in that 4.3 range, 4.27, 4.3, vertical 41 and a half inches, and did 18 reps, so he's a strong kid as well. He has all the measurables, all the computer numbers, except ideal height at 5'10 and a half, and the speed is unbelievable, and they need him. My question is ball skills and not going from his freshman year to his junior year and really going to the point where I thought he would be, which was an early first-round pick. I thought he was a 2, projected then to a 1 after the combine, Tori.
And I like the ball skills, and I like the speed and the ability to recover. But I want to know, will he come up and hit in the run game is what I need to know. I want to know if he can come up and hit somebody in the run game. We know he can cover, we know he can run, but that's the question mark that I have on Fabian Washington is, can he come up and stick somebody in the run game?
But speed and Al Davis. Al Davis always talks about intimidating opponents. Part of intimidation, he believes, is speed. You add Randy Moss with speed on offense, and obviously Fabian Washington could run a little bit on defense.
Well, 4.29. That speed.
In 1975.
Yes, exactly.
He knows football.
Well, he does. Tom Rood went to the Buffalo Bills in 75. Now Barrett, of course, goes to John Gruden. He talks about a smart football player. That's what Gruden likes. Barrett Rood. 149 tackles as a junior. This past season, 143. That's consistency from year to year. Sideline to sideline speed. You see him there, number 38. Making plays, smart. You talk about diagnosing the play quickly, being a good leader. I mean, he's 240 pounds. And he runs in the 4.65 to 4.74 range. Actually ran a 4.75 at the combine. Well, he run a little better than that. 25 reps. He's strong, and he's a very good athlete. I thought late in round 1, maybe New England, because they like smart football players, would think about Barrett Rood. They opted for Logan Mankins, an offensive guard from Fresno State. And here in early second round, Barrett Rood to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at a positional need area for John Gruden's Bucs.
So their first 2 picks, Cadillac Williams, the running back, and now linebacker Barrett Rood. So, I mean, look, this is a team that, you know, was the Super Bowl champs a couple of years ago, but looking to pick things up. And
big draft for the Buccaneers and John Gruden.
But he's got good size, 6 foot, 210 pounds, runs under 4.5, good athlete. I think what you hope now is, okay, this year it was because of the change in defensive structure. He can go back to the way he was. He's a real ball hawk, a guy who was a real playmaker in that secondary. If he can, it's a good pick. If he doesn't, then he's just an average player. So we have to see which Josh Bullock shows up for the New Orleans Saints over the next few years.
You just wonder about Bill Callahan, whether he's helped these teams taking these Nebraska players. The former Raiders coach Bill Callahan, now the Nebraska head coach. You know, Fabian Washington was picked by Oakland. That's Bill's old team. Tampa Bay picked Barrett Rood. That's his good buddy John Gruden, where he used to serve under. And, of course, now this one, Bullock goes to New Orleans. I don't have a connection there between Callahan and the Saints.
Well, Mort, I'm sitting here trying to connect the dots.
You got 2 of the dots. You got 2 dots.
Hanging.
They got
2
a good
dots.
system. They got a good system
hanging like
right
that.
now.
I'll find one.
You're still all excited about Matt coming. He snuck through everybody. Richie Incognito.
Center,
who was
of course.
the center, of course. He just, no one saw it from Nebraska.
I've never even saw it. I've never even heard of this young man. But I'm sure the Rams saw some potential in this young man that they're bringing him to St. Louis. And another thing, it just adds more depth to our offensive line, patches things up. And
He's been going incognito, man. No one knows who he is.
Moving, Tori, you look at a kid who played left tackle at Nebraska. This was expected to be a season to dominate at center. Didn't end up playing. There's some issues there at Nebraska. Went out to Oregon, wasn't able to get it done. Then he was a star at the combine early on. Then the knee injury. You look at a kid who had ability and showed talent. I mean, he was one of the fastest offensive linemen at the combine. Great strength. He goes 6'3" and change, 305 pounds. The kid has ability. If he can ever put it all together at the center position, gain experience, spend maybe a year or 2 developing Richie Incognito, settle him into the pro game, you have a kid who has awesome talent. It's a shame he wasn't able to show that at Nebraska this past season. didn't end up playing at Oregon, and sit out the year, then the injury at the Combine. So a lot of things have to come together at the pro level for Richie Incognito.
Incognito.
He's probably got a lot of sunglasses. It's tailor-made. I mean, it just is.